I'd like to push, if I could, further on the public interest issue, because it is central to this whole issue. And the question I'm about to ask, I think I probably know what your answer is going to be before asking the question, but I'm going to press it, if I may, because we have looked at it with other witnesses. Zac Goldsmith said just now, free press, vital to a free society. Well, of course, we all believe in that. There is a point, though, that for a press to be free, it needs to be commercially successful. Newspaper businesses won't run as charities. And in order to be commercially successful, it needs to write about things that people want to read. It was a point made in one of the very early human rights cases, in the Gary Flitcroft case, I think by the then Master of the Rolls, that what people, the courts need to take account of the fact that people want to read things in newspapers that they're interested in. Do you think that when a court, or when anyone is taking a judgment about the public interest, whether it be the court, the Information Commissioner, the Press Complaints Commission, that they needed to take account of the commercial viability of newspapers?
Absolutely not.
Not when it involves the breach of somebody's privacy, because what you're really doing there is taking something that belongs to somebody and selling it effectively for the benefit of the newspaper. I mean, that's what it really comes down to. Somebody's privacy is their personal property. It is deeply precious to them. And to sacrifice that in order to keep a newspaper going cannot be right.
I think. Sorry.
I was just going to say, plurality is obviously really important. I don't think anyone would doubt that. But if the only way a business can stay afloat is by engaging in immoral or unethical behaviour, then that business should either change its model or go out of business. No one said that Auschwitz should have been kept open because it created jobs. This is just a non-argument in my view.
To be fair, I don't think I was even trying to begin to make an argument along those lines.
I think it's Paul Dacre put this argument also in one of the seminars at Leveson. I think it's specious. The notion that by that notion, if he's trying to associate basically commercial viability with somehow pertaining to the public interest, would justify any kind of abuse of the power of the tabloids, like bribery or any kind of falsity, if it helped that made the newspapers more commercial. That would somehow justify. The other point to make is that any kind of regulations imposed would be across the board. So his market share wouldn't be any different. It would still be a level playing field. Those impositions everyone would be subject to. So he would just have to, someone like Paul Dacre in the Daily Mail would have to come up with a different business model. I also take issue with the idea that were he not to include stories in the newspaper about what people got up to in their bedrooms, people would stop buying the newspaper. I think that's nonsense, and there's plenty of people in England who are curious about asylum seekers and house prices that would carry on buying the Daily Mail without the tawdry dirt that he likes to include.